Phases of Professional Development, a Step-by-Step Process. Dr. السيد Rashad, Cambridge Examiner at the British Council in Saudi Arabia, CELTA Trainer at Cambridge University.
We're excited to facilitate this session. And before I hand over onto you, I would like just to take a moment to give a brief introduction about you to our colleagues and the participants. All right? Amazing. So I would like to kick off. Thank you so much for joining us and for taking or carving this time out of your busy schedule, Dr. Saeed. Dr. Saeed is going to speak about a particularly important topic, which is professional development. The process itself. You as a teaching professional definitely has got a plan for yourself, and you want to see yourself somewhere on that ladder. Dr. Saeed is going to walk us through the process of professional development. Before I hand over to Dr. Saeed, I would like to give a quick introduction. As many of you know, Dr. Saeed is a CELTA trainer at Cambridge University Personal Assessment. He's also a Cambridge Examiner with the British Council in Saudi Arabia. Dr. Saeed has got a very eventful profile, to be honest. And to add to this, he's the founder and teacher trainer at CELTA and Delta Secrets, former EAP, ESP, and ESL. I guess this is English for specific purposes, English as second language, English as an academic, English for academic purposes teacher at King Saud University in Saudi Arabia. He also served the role as an English language teacher or an EFL instructor at Al Yamama University. Dr. Saeed has got, as I mentioned, a very high profile for English language teaching in Egypt and the Arab world. And today, before I hand over, we have a special session about professional development, step-by-step approach on how teachers can benefit and also see themselves in the world of professional development ahead of them. Dr. Saeed, without further ado, over to you and all the best.
Thank you very much for this lovely introduction, Dr. Ahmed. Good evening, everyone. Before we begin, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Mohammed Chalabi and the ELSaid team for their generous support in offering this free scholarship to English language teachers. Your dedication to teacher development is truly appreciated. A heartfelt thank you also goes to Dr. Ahmed Chalabi for his kind invitation to present in this inspiring event. It's a great honor to be speaking alongside such distinguished ELT teacher trainers from around the globe. And of course, I'd like to extend my thank you note to every teacher here taking from their time during the weekend to attend this webinar. I deeply appreciate your time, and I sincerely hope you find this session valuable and full of practical takeaways. So let's begin. As you see, can you guys see my screen? Can you see the topic slide? If you can't see the topic slide, please leave the meeting and rejoin. Or if you're using your phone, you can click on 3 dots up there on the right or left, and you can reconnect webinar. You will be able to see the screen. All right. So I'm sorry if the format of the PowerPoint is, messing up. This is not from me. This is from the application we're using now. So we will just try to understand if something is hidden or something. So our session today is all about professional development. And I think I'm lucky today to have this session after Peter Hawley. His topic was also about professional development, and it was full of, insightful things as well. So before we start, I'd like to ask you two very quick questions, and I'm reading your messages in the chat now. The first question is, where are you joining us from today? Just type the country or the city you're residing in now. Right. All right. Okay. All right. So I can see most of you are joining from Arab countries. All right, all right. Welcome on board, everybody. My second question is, what is your current teaching role? For me, I'm working as an EFL instructor at الملهمة University. I'm also a Cambridge examiner at the British Council, and I'm a CELTA tutor at Cambridge Assessment English. How about you? Someone is saying there is no slide shared. So if you're using a phone, you will find 3 dots up there on the right or on the left. Click on them and you should see Reconnect Webinar. Click on it. You should see my screen. All right, all right. Most of you guys are English language teachers, and that's why you're here today. All right. Okay. So this is a quick getting to know you activity. As you see, there are some statements about myself. I think Dr. Ahmed Chalabi already has introduced me, but let's just try to remind you of myself very quickly. There are 2 statements which are not true. Can you guess them? They were numbered from 1 to 8, but I'm not sure if you can see the numbers. Can you guys see the numbers? Great. Okay. So you can see the numbers. All right. So which 2 statements are not true about myself? Some people are saying 1, 2, 7. Some people are saying 6 and 8. All right. 4 and 8, 2 and 7. Okay. All right. The first one is true. I lived 3 years in China. When I was 24 years old, I started off my teaching career in Egypt for 2 years, and then I moved to work in China for 3 years. So the first one is true. The second one is not true because I'm currently living in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. I've been living here for 14 years now. Number 3 is true. Number 4 is true. I have a master's degree in TESOL from the University of Sunderland with a distinction grade, and my dissertation topic was about professional development, the topic we're going to tackle today. Yes, I work at the British Council. I've been working there for 4 years now as an examiner, and I'm a CELTA tutor at Cambridge English as well. Number 7 is not true. I love basketball, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is, you can guess. Football. Yes. And I have a YouTube channel. You can find it on YouTube easily if you type CELTA and Delta Secrets. And I've been creating content for English teachers for like 5 years now. All right. So if you have any questions for me before we proceed, please type them in the chat now. I'm going to give you 5 seconds for this. Someone is saying the voice is lagging. Is it lagging for everybody or just for Huda? Can you guys confirm if my voice is clear? Fine. They are saying it's fine, Huda. So you can try to reconnect webinar. All right. So let's go on. These are the today's session's objectives. The first one is we're going to discuss the importance of professional development, and we're going to discuss why some teachers are not with professional development. Some teachers are actually against professional development. Our second aim is we're going to outline some reasons why people should do professional development. We're going to differentiate between 6 types of professional development. And the main core, or the core thing of this session today, is the phases of professional development. We're going to put them in order, and we're going to share ideas on these 6 phases. Final goal in today's session is about listing some professional development activities, things that we can actually do in order to improve as teachers. All right. Good. Yeah, so sometimes I pause for a while just to allow myself to look at the comments in the chat, okay, so that we can make it more interactive. All right, so let's move forward. I have 3 questions for you. The first question is, what is your most recent or highest teaching qualification? Can you please tell me in the chat? For me, my most recent qualification is the MA in TESOL from the University of Sunderland. Full CELTA. Okay, CDA. I have no idea what CDA is. TESOL. Relo Mentor. PhD. All right. Thank you very much. My second question is about your plan for the future. What is the teaching qualification that you are planning to take, let's say next year or in 2025, 2026? CELTA, IB. Okay, for me, it's the PhD, but it's not in the coming year. It could be in the coming 4 or 5 years. I'm not in a hurry. IELTS, all right. Yeah, I don't have a plan, all right, no problem. If you don't have a plan, okay, this means you're in the right place now, because after this session, I'm sure you will come up with a plan for yourself. You will be motivated to come up with a plan for yourself. All right. My third question is about a teaching context. Sorry, it's written teaching qualification, but I mean a teaching context that you would like to explore. Like, for example, I was teaching in an international school and I was aspiring to teach in a university. Now I'm teaching in a university. Okay, I was a TEFL tutor and I was aspiring to become a CELTA tutor. Now I'm a CELTA tutor. How about you? Multilingual, okay. Teaching multilingual classes. Good. Teaching at a university. That was my dream 2 years ago. To be an IELTS trainer. Good. Teacher training. ESP, English for specific purposes. Great. Okay, guys, let's begin with our first activity today about the importance of professional development. My very first question is, do you think, first of all, do you think that professional development is important? Please type Y for yes and N for no. So I believe many, or not many, all of you are going to write yes, definitely, for sure, of course, because you are already attending this scholarship and this webinar. So all of you think that professional development is important. The shocking fact is that when I was doing my master's degree, and the topic, as I told you, was about professional development, okay? I conducted a questionnaire and an interview, and some teachers were, unfortunately, against professional development, and we're going to think of some reasons after the coming slide. So now, moving on to the important question. You all agree that professional development is important. Okay, why? Can you write down a reason or a couple of reasons in the chat? Technology, methodology, self-confidence, مصر بلد الشهادات. Okay. future needs, updating, okay, teaching practices, job opportunities, promotion, enhancing skills. Wonderful, wonderful. You guys already mentioned most of the reasons I have why professional development is important. So the very first reason here is the field of ELT is subject to change. Every day there is something new, so we need to cope up with it and we need to be updated. My second reason is to be able to face the challenges teachers have every day with the learners in the classroom. My third reason is to be able to solve problems inside the classroom or problems with the learners. My final reason here is to feel more, I think someone said this in the chat, to feel more confident and to have less stress, because knowledge is power. Can you please type this in the chat? Knowledge is power. If you don't agree with this, please don't type it in the chat. I see many of you believe that knowledge is power. Yeah. So the more knowledge you have, the better you become as a teacher. Okay. At least you should be able to talk less in class and allow students to interact more in class. All right. Moving on from the importance of professional development, these are some of the reasons that I listed in my research when I was doing the MA in TESOL. And by the way, by the end of the session, I'm going to give you a gift. The gift will be my MA dissertation. Anyways, so moving on to the following slide, we're going to talk about the reasons why some teachers think that professional development is important. I've listed some here. First, to learn about classroom management. Let's say teachers have problems, or some teachers have problems with classroom management. And when we talk about classroom management, we're not just talking about behavior management. Behavior management or discipline issues is just one thing. When we talk about classroom management, we're talking about a lot of other things. We're talking about group work, interaction patterns. We're talking about giving and checking instructions. We're talking about CCQs. We're talking about giving feedback. We're talking about, using breakout rooms in online teaching, and a lot of using technology and so many things. All right. So this is like a delicate difference between classroom management and behavior management. Behavior management is just one thing in classroom management. Also, to learn about new methods of teaching. We have many methods in English language teaching. Do you remember any of them? I can remind you of one, Suggestopedia. Do you remember any of the, you're talking about a framework, PPP. TBR, yes, total physical response is TPR, yeah. Role-playing, situational approach, direct method, communicative approach, audiolingualism, direct method, dogma ELT, Scott Thornbury. Yes. All right. Also, to learn how to use technology. In the classroom, teachers need to use technology. And we have 3 different kinds of technology. We have visual aids, audio aids, and visual audio aids. Also, to learn about children's psychology and how to deal with them. We have TEFL and we have TEFL young learners. Teaching adults is different from teaching, young learners. Teaching general English is different from teaching business English, and so on. Also, to keep up to date. If you don't update your knowledge, what will happen? Can you tell me in the chat? If you don't keep yourself updated, what might happen? Yeah, thank you, Miss Nisma. Yeah, I see some people are taking notes in the chat. Yeah, that's good. You will be a traditional teacher. You will end up being a traditional teacher. Yes. You will lack a lot of information. Yes. You will never move forward. Of course. You will have teacher burnout and you might leave the job. All right. To find solutions to problems, as you know, in lesson planning, for example, we do something which is anticipated problems and solutions. You think about the content, you think about the aims of the lesson, you think about the interaction patterns, classroom management, you think about everything to learn how to motivate students. Motivation and learner engagement is key. I think the first session in this program, STEP program, was about learner engagement, right? With Scott Thornbury, right? Have you guys attended this session? Yes. It's very, very important. It's super important to learn how to motivate learners, how to engage them, how to keep them, motivated and engaged. Also to help enrich knowledge. Knowledge is power, as we said. And without training, you could be left behind. A good teacher is a lifelong learner. I think Peter Hawley just now mentioned this term several times, being a lifelong learner, right? So you can take a screenshot of this slide if you want before I move on to the coming slide, which is a bit shocking because I'm going to mention some reasons why some teachers are against professional development. I was not shocked when I was doing the my master's degree, the dissertation. We did like a questionnaire and we did an interview, and I was not shocked that some teachers are against professional development. I was expecting this, but fortunately, it was just a very tiny percentage. More than 90+% of teachers were with professional development. Okay, so why do you think, this is my next question, why do you think some teachers are against professional development? They hate professional development. If you say, I'm going to attend a webinar or a session, or I'm going to take a course, or I'm going to buy or read a book, they will laugh at you and say, oh, why? Why are you doing this? Just chill out and relax. So why? Time and money. Thank you very much, Mr. Hassan. Sorry, guys, if I didn't see your comment, okay? Because, there are many comments coming up in the chat. Financial issue. Lazy. I don't want to say lazy. I don't want to, be offensive, but some teachers don't like, studying, don't like reading or hate reading, for example. Some teachers are not ambitious enough. The age. Thank you very much, Mr. Tariq. Yes. Some teachers feel like they're old enough and they can't, pursue professional development at this age. And this is a misconception, Life problems. Yeah, could be. You have to have like a stable, family and, good children, maybe enough money to pursue professional development. Comfort zone. I like this one. Thank you very much. I couldn't see the name. I think it was Mr. Ahmed. Ms. Ghada is saying comfort zone. Yeah. Current work, the pressure they have at work. They don't have time. They're busy. Working around the clock or around the block. Yes. Very good reasons. Lack of motivation. I love this one. Thank you very much. Lack of purpose. Yes. Wonderful, Mr. Amir. Economic reasons or recession. Okay. Wonderful. Maybe they aren't satisfied with their job, or maybe they are satisfied with their job. They don't want to change. So they feel like they don't need professional development. Hello, Mr. Taha. My name is Saeed. All right. Lack of opportunity. Maybe they can't find a good opportunity. Thank you very much. I'm going to show you some reasons which were mentioned by some of the teachers I interviewed when I was doing my dissertation. The first reason is some courses cost a lot of money. But is it always the reason? Can you just go for professional development without paying much money? The answer is definitely yes. There are lots of free materials on YouTube, lots of free books, okay, lots of YouTube channels and Facebook pages, lots of webinars, so you don't have to pay. Sometimes you have to pay if you would like to get like a good certificate, a fancy certificate like the CELTA, or the Delta from Cambridge, or the Cert TESOL, or DEP TESOL from Trinity. You have to pay, of course. Okay, but you don't. If you don't have this budget, you can just go for a TEFL course, very cheap. Second reason was lack of appreciation. They need to hear the word thank you. All right. So lack of appreciation was one of the reasons the teachers I interviewed mentioned. They say, okay, we improve, we take courses, we develop, we grow as teachers, but we lack appreciation. Like when we go back to our work, there is no recognition, no bonus, no pay rise, nothing. So why do I improve myself if no one is appreciating my effort? And this is a trap. Please don't fall into the trap. Improve yourself anyways and move. You're not a tree. Find another place. All right? The third reason was, they said some teachers think, or they said they may not get the money they spent quickly. I paid a lot of money on the Delta, and I spent a lot of money on my MA TESOL. And some teachers always ask, am I going to be able to get this money back? Who can guarantee this? Who can? No one. No one can guarantee this. You know, it's just as we say, it's rizq, as we say in Arabic. You know, you can't control it. All what you need to do is what? Is doing your best, is taking the reasons. And the results, we have no control over the results. All right? So when I was doing the Delta, when I was doing the masters, the masters in TESOL, I didn't expect that in 2025, I'll be working in a university, I'll be a CELTA tutor, and I'll be a Cambridge examiner at the British Council. I didn't know that. And I didn't plan for that. I just wanted to improve myself anyways. All right? So don't overlook the results. Just think of your current steps now. Think of what you can do now. Some teachers said they don't want to leave their comfort zone because professional development is not easy. It's a stressful, you know, experience. You're not gonna enjoy it to the point some people are, you know, imagining. It requires a lot of hard work, sacrifice. You have to free up yourself. I'm going to come up to this point. They don't want to sacrifice anything they have. They don't want to sacrifice money. They don't want to sacrifice effort, energy. They don't want to sacrifice, you know, family relationships, like staying away from the family to study something or to improve or whatever. They have no intention to sacrifice. And I always say sacrifice is key. They don't want to be stressed out. They say, let me relax, let me just, you know, chill out and relax. They are too busy to pursue professional development activities. I remember when I was doing the Delta and the masters in TESOL, I freed up myself. I stopped most of my courses, my teacher training courses. Of course, I can't stop my full-time job, but I stopped a lot of my, freelance work. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to reach what I have reached. All right. So you have to sacrifice. You have to free up yourself a little bit. Okay. Sacrifice some work just to achieve what you want. They might be happy with their current positions. I'll give you an example. I know a teacher from Egypt, working in Egypt with high school students. They call it ثانوية عامة in Egypt. Okay? He is making millions of Egyptian pounds every year. Do you think he's teaching the traditional way? Grammar translation, okay, speaking in Arabic with the students, teaching grammar for the sake of grammar, no communication, no focus on the skills like listening and speaking. Do you think such a teacher who is making more than, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 5 millions every year working with those students at high school, ثانوية عامة, do you think they will be interested or committed to do professional development? Of course not. Of course not. They're not going to sacrifice this. It's not just because of money. Yeah, am, is, are. Yeah, plus verb, plus ing. Yeah, they're not going to sacrifice this. They don't have time to sit and listen. They don't have time to learn something new. They don't have time to learn the modern teaching techniques because they're not going to use them. So they might be happy with their current positions. That's why they don't want to change. Some teachers are not ambitious. Do you think you're ambitious, guys? Please say yes in the chat. Yes, that's why you're here today. Some teachers don't have any plans for improvement. They're just working, getting their salaries, living their lives, and that's it. No plans. No personal professional development plan. PPDP. No, personal professional development plan. And this was also a reason they aren't able to implement theories in the classroom. They learn something, but they are not able to change. And the final reason was they hate reading and studying. Some of the teachers told me, oh, I hate reading. I hate studying. I can't read for like half an hour. How can I improve? How can I take a course? I hate studying. How do you want me to do the Delta Module 1 exam? It requires a lot of hard work for 6 months. So these are some reasons why some teachers are against professional development. Of course, you are with, so we're going to move to different types of professional. Yeah, it could be the age as well. Some teachers said this, that we are old enough to learn new techniques. All right. So let's move on to the types of professional development. Can you just try to think about the types of professional development? If you have anything in mind, can you just try to type that in the chat? I like this one. Thank you very much, Ms. Riham. Self-study courses. The salaries. Yeah, okay. Educational, personal, theoretical, mental courses, seminars, online. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you 3 types of professional development, and you just need to match them to the other types. They're opposites. So the first type is, okay, please stop typing in the chat now. Just focus with me on the screen here. The first type is teacher-led. Teacher-led, which means independent. You are doing professional development activities by yourself. The second one is informal, like talks with the colleagues at work. The third type is individual professional development, like reading a book, attending an online webinar, or watching a video on LinkedIn or YouTube. These are three types, and I have three other types that I want you to match with. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. You don't have to type everything in the chat. You can just type the number and the letter. No, we are sharing slides, Miss Delia, but maybe you can't see the slides. We are sharing slides. You guys can see the slides, right? Some people see the slides, some people don't see the slides, because this application is different from Zoom. It has some issues, I believe, but I can give you a little tip that might help you. If you're using your phone, you will find three dots up on the right or on the left. Okay, click on them and you will see a drop-down list, a menu. Click on Reconnect Webinar. Reconnect Webinar. Or you can just leave the webinar and rejoin. I see lots of answers coming up in the chat. BCA, CAB, you disagree. ABC, BAC, okay. BCA, guys, you have different answers. Okay. You can also change the browser. Someone is saying you can change the browser. You can use the application, Zuhu application, if the browser is not working really well. Okay, so the answer is teacher-led is the opposite of institutional professional development. So if you do something by yourself independently, you improve yourself in an independent way, it's the opposite of getting professional development sessions in your workplace from your manager or from your colleagues. So institutional means in your workplace, in your school, in your university, your institute, or your center, or whatever. The second one, the institutional, is top-down, and teachers are not motivated enough. Let's say, why did you attend this program, the STEP? Did anyone ask you or force you to register? Or did you do it independently? Yeah, independent. No one asked you to join. So this is teacher-led. This is independent. But if your school is organizing a PD week with like 3, 4, 5 sessions, and do you have the choice to attend or to excuse yourself? Of course not. You have to attend. It's part of your job. So this is the first one. The second is informal. That's obvious. Informal, yeah, self-motivated. Yeah, thank you very much. Informal is the opposite of formal. So when you attend a webinar like this is a formal type of professional development. If you're discussing a teaching technique with one of your colleagues or peers, this is informal. The final one is individual. You are reading a book, you're watching a video, you're watching a webinar, you're reading an article. This is individual. If you're working with a group, this is a collaborative work, like having a workshop or so. Do you have any comments on the types of PD? Now we're going to move on to the core of this session. What is the core of this session? It was just an introduction, you know? We're talking about the importance of professional development, reasons of professional development, reasons why some teachers are against professional development, and types of professional development. So after these 4, blocks of information, we're going to delve deeper into the core of our session, which is phases of professional development. Thank you very much. You guys are so attentive. Thank you. You're smart. So what are the phases of professional development? To be honest, when I was doing when I was writing my master's dissertation, I didn't talk about the phases of professional development. To be honest, yeah. So this is my first time to talk about the phases of professional development. Actually, the parts we just finished, we just discussed, were included in my dissertation, and I'm going to give you a link so that you can download for free my dissertation from ResearchGate, and you can read it. There are more than 2,000 reads of my dissertation on ResearchGate so far, alhamdulillah. So you can also download it for free and you can read it. But as I said, to be honest, I didn't talk about phases of professional development in my dissertation. All right. Some comments are, very long. That's why I can't, I can't go through all of them if there are many comments coming up in the chat. All right. Building knowledge, observing models, reflecting practice, changing practice. Perfect. I think you prepared, Ms. Radwa, or you checked Google just now. Very good. Very good. Perfect answer. Yeah. Okay. So these are the phases. Actually, they are 5, but I adapted them. Okay. And I made them 6, not just 5. Do you think they are in order now? Look at them, please. Do you think they are in order? They are not. So now, can you put these phases, 6 phases, in order? What's the first one? Observe. No. It's not to observe. By the way, these phases overlap. They can be used interchangeably. They're flexible. You can skip any of them. You can, you can play with them. They are not stiff and rigid. Okay, so don't worry. Yeah, you could have like a different view. You can say to observe first and then to learn. It's okay. We're not gonna fight over this. Okay. So the first one is to learn. As we said, knowledge is power. Start with learning, and then everything should come. Number 2 is to observe. Number 3, after learning and observing, yes, thank you very much, Hala and Gabriel. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. So yes, number 3 is to practice. So to learn, to observe, to practice, and to reflect. Okay, so after practicing, you need to reflect on your teaching practices so that you can, number 5, you can change. And after you change your practices and you make your practices more effective, then you need to spread the knowledge. You need to share with your colleagues, with the teachers on social media, with your students, spreading the knowledge. And this is a poster. Have you guys seen any of my posters on Facebook before? This is poster number 71, I think. I've been creating posters for 5 years now. Have you seen any of my posters before? Some people are saying no, many people are saying yes, alhamdulillah. If you have never seen any of my posters on Facebook, just type the name of my page, my Facebook page, which is Celta and Delta Secrets. Of course, there are no secrets, it's just the name, Celta and Delta Secrets. Type this name on Facebook, you should find my page, okay? Then you can explore it, you can navigate through it. You will find more than 65 posters so far on my Facebook page. So this is a quick poster adapted from this source, Reading Rockets, okay, they had five phases, and I added one more phase. You can figure it out. You can try to find it. All right. So these are the phases, and now we're going to dive deeper. We're going to explore each phase with an activity. Are you guys ready? Please type ready in the chat if you're ready to explore each phase with a quick activity. Okay, before we do this, I would like you to stand up for a minute. Please stand up for a minute. If you're sitting, if you're driving, you can't stand up. Yeah, stand up for a minute. Stretch your muscles. Move a little bit in your place, and then come back and sit on the chair. Okay, so let's move on. This is the first phase. Get yourself ready. My kid is laughing. Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah, we made him laugh. Okay, so guys, get ready with a pen and a piece of paper like this, if you would like to take any notes. And I'll be sharing this presentation with you, and I think the team at ELSaid 360 will be sharing all the presentations and all the recordings with you after the event. So, activity 1. Think of 2-3 things you want to learn more about in your current role and share with us. For me, I was teaching in an international school, so I really wanted to learn about the international curriculum. After that, I moved to working and teaching at a university, King Saud University, and I really wanted to know about teaching English for academic purposes. Currently, I'm working at Al-Yamama University, and they are using the project-based learning. This is my first year with them. That's why I can say I really want to know more about project-based learning, PBL. I really want to know more about integrating AI in teaching, not technology, AI. And I really want to know more about assessment. How about you? Designing, time management, academic writing, PBL. Okay. Making sessions engaging and integrating technology. AI in education. We have the same goal. SAT, RTI. I have no idea what RTI is anyways. Assessment. Academic writing, course book, something, Commons Fly, you know. AI, TEFL course writing. Okay, international curricula, problem solving, CLIL, TM, HTL, TEAP, lots of acronyms and, you know, abbreviations in the chat. International curriculum, driving car. This is a bit, you know, irrelevant. Delta, okay. EST, SAT, okay. TOT, educational leadership. I'll be having a session in Cairo, Egypt on the 26th of July with Irtiqa International Academy about the roles of educational leaders. If you're in Egypt, you can attend this with us. A math teacher, so it's all about project-based learning. Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on to the second phase. What is the second phase? Can you remind us? Can you guys recall it? You can just, I'm not sure about the address, but you can follow me on Facebook. You will find me on Facebook under this name, السيد Rashad. You can just follow me, and we're going to post the details whenever we have them from Irtiqa International Academy. To observe, yes, perfect. So now, I'd like you to watch this clip and write down in the chat what you observed. Okay, are you ready? The video is not working. I have no idea why. This is Zuho from India. No offense, but it has some, you know, obviously it has some disadvantages. It's not user-friendly, I believe. This is a clip I included about, post the link. I don't have a link for it. I didn't anticipate this problem, unfortunately. So can anyone from ELSaid help with this? Like the video is not working. It's inserted in the PowerPoint. Anyways, this was a very nice activity. The teacher was trying to ask effective CCQs. So I wanted you to watch the clip, and it's a 2-minute video anyways, and type in the chat the teacher is trying to give effective or ask effective CCQs. And what does it stand for, CCQs? Does anyone know? It's not that easy, Mr. Amir, to stop sharing the screen and share, because I had to upload this PowerPoint presentation on Zuho so that I can be able to, share it. It's not like Zoom. Anyways, concept checking questions. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Phase number 3, to practice. So you learn, you observe, and now you practice. Okay, the task that I'm going to give you now is, imagine you are in the classroom, okay? And I want you to give instructions to your students. The instructions should be simple and clear. Short, simple, and clear. Okay? Have a look at this. These are the instructions, but they are not simple. They are not clear. Can you make them simple in the chat? No. I have some instructions, Miss Amani, already. Okay. On my screen. If you can see my screen. You would like your students to talk about their favorite holiday in pairs. You would like to give them 2 minutes. Please write the instructions in the chat in a simple and clear way. In 2 minutes, look at the picture. There is no, I didn't say there is a picture. How did you spend your vacation? This is not an instruction. In pairs, talk about your favorite holiday. You have 2 minutes. Thank you very much, Mr. Amir. Mr. Amir, are you the, because the name is Amir Hilal, are you the one who is working with us as a TEFL tutor in my TEFL courses? It's perfect. You nailed it, man. You nailed it, man. Thank you very much. Yes, okay. Thank you, Mr. Amir. So guys, look at this. Talk with your partner about your favorite holiday. This is the pattern of interaction. Talk with your partner about your favorite holiday. This is the pattern of interaction. Your favorite holiday is the topic they are going to talk about, and you have 2 minutes. This is the timing. So when we give instructions, we include 3 things. Number 1, the interaction pattern. Number 2, the task that students are going to do. And number 3, is the time students are going to take. So work with your partner. This is pair work. Talk about your favorite holiday. This is the task. You have 2 minutes. This is the time. Thank you very much. So practicing this should be one of your professional development phases. So number 1, you learn. Number 2, you observe. Number 3, you practice. What's after practice? Many teachers practice, but they don't improve. Why? What's the magic word for improvement? Yes, reflection. So the more you reflect, the better you become. If you just practice and practice and practice, this is not going to help. I know we all say practice makes perfect, but this is wrong. Practice doesn't make perfect if you're doing it the wrong way. But guided practice makes perfect. Yes, this is true. So your practice has to be based on knowledge, based on observation, and followed by reflection. Otherwise, you're not going to improve. You will be practicing the wrong way. All right? So always think of this after you teach. What went well? What didn't go so well? And why? And what could have been done differently? Or what could be done differently? If you always think about this way, if you always have these 3 questions after each lesson you teach, believe me, you must improve. But if you don't think about teaching, if you teach and just go back to your office or teacher's room, go back home, get your salary at the end of the month, and you never ever reflect, are you going to improve? No. You will just have experience on experience, but no improvement. I want you now to type in the chat, yes, a 1-year experience repeated 20 years. Exactly, Mr. Ali. I want you to use this phrase or this prompt. I used to think blah, blah, blah. Now I think so and so. Type in the chat. I used to think that teachers should speak a lot so that students improve. Now I think teachers should reduce their talking time. Yes. I give you an example, okay? Yeah, this is what I used to think before the Delta and the MA and before becoming a CELTA tutor and a TEFL tutor. Tell me about yourselves, guys. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Reading aloud is effective. It could be effective. It has some pros and cons, you know. We can't say reading aloud is not allowed or is not effective. It's effective, but it depends on so many reasons anyways. Good. I can see amazing ideas coming up in the chat. Teachers should teach grammar directly, but now I think teachers should teach grammar indirectly. That's the implicit way of teaching grammar. The indirect, you know, the inductive approach. Yes, some teachers teach grammar explicitly, and some others teach grammar implicitly using the inductive approach, not the deductive one. Perfect, guys. I'm really happy with all these great ideas coming up in the chat. Wonderful. What is phase number 5? You learn, you observe your colleagues or tutors. You practice, you reflect. And guys, I believe most of you did TEFL courses. TEFL, TESOL, FELT, CELTA, Delta, whatever. What do we do in these courses? We have input sessions. Why do we have input sessions in TEFL courses? To what? Can you link these things I'm going to mention now to the phases? You can do a TEFL course. You can do a TEFL course. Our TEFL course is going to start in July 1st, and registration is open now. If you would like to know the details, you can just reach out to me on Facebook, ELSaid Rashad. This is not an ad, guys. It's just, an idea coming up. Okay, so we have input sessions in our TEFL courses or the CELTA courses for you to learn. And then we have demo lessons that you need to watch, okay, for you to observe experienced tutors and novice teachers, your peers in the course. And we have TPs, teaching practices, for you to practice. And then after you finish delivering your lesson, you need to write something and send it to your tutor before the feedback session, which is post-lesson reflection, PLR, or self-assessment reflection. All right? For you to reflect. So phase number 5 is to change. What you should do after after learning and observing and practicing and reflecting, it's time to change. Why are we doing all these things? Why are we learning, observing, practicing, and reflecting? The main goal, the ultimate reason is, I love the word transforming, yes, is for you to change from being a traditional teacher to being a cool teacher, an amazing teacher, a pro, a guru. All right? So this is the main reason, and I have a quick question for you here. And I think Peter Holly did ask you this question. What's your personal, professional development plan for this year, 2025, or for next year, 2026? PPDP. What are you planning to do for your professional development this year or next year? Can you just tell me a couple of things in the chat? Delta Module 1. Yes, if you need any help with Delta Module 1, you can send me a message on Facebook Messenger. Attending international conferences. Doing the CELTA. Good. PGCE. TOT and MA. Working on fluency. That's a very good point. I was waiting for someone to comment on the language. Because guys, when we improve as a teachers, we improve in 3 different directions. The first one is language. Can you please type this in the chat? Language. 3 different directions or tracks. Number 1 is improving the language. An English teacher with a broken language is left behind. You will never ever be able to find a good job if your language is broken. I'm sorry if this is disappointing. Number 2, methodology, teaching. So number 1 is improving your language, your English language skills. Number 2 is enhancing your teaching knowledge and skills. And number 3, if you guys watched my episodes in Ramadan, you're going to come up with number 3 now. You're going to get a badge. Language, methodology. Okay, what's number 3? Those people who watched my episodes in Ramadan, idea sharing in Ramadan. Soft skills, you're close. Interpersonal skills. Your interpersonal skills, like emotional intelligence, conflict resolutions or problem solving, communication, teamwork. Okay, these things. All right. Let's move forward. I have a very good question here for you. I want you to write down one thing you will change in your practice next week, if you have classes next week. I will change so and so because such and such, and I will measure its effect by such and such. Good, good, good. My TTT, teacher token time. Students interaction, good. Very good one. Assessment, what are you going to change about assessment? What do you mean? Feedback, you mean the way you give feedback to your students? Okay, amazing. TTT, student motivation. How are you going to motivate your students? Play a game in the very beginning of the class, or have an interesting topic, okay? Or a nice lead-in task. Gamification, okay? Using visual aids in entertainment, edutainment. All right, all right. Give them presents or gifts. Yes, amazing, Ms. Noura. Good, 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 good. Okay, so this is a wonderful thing. Now I can see many amazing ideas here in the chat. And the final phase, do you guys remember the final phase? Learn, observe, practice, reflect, change. After all these things, please don't forget to give sadaqah on your knowledge. Spread the word. Teach people who need help. You don't have to be a teacher trainer to do this. You don't have to be a CELTA tutor or a TEFL tutor to do this. Help your colleagues at work. Help teachers on social media. Write a post. Share a good video for them. Okay? Yes. So number 6 is to share, to spread the knowledge. Actually, the task that I'm having now here is on the Padlet. Do you guys know the Padlet? Have you ever used it in teaching? I'm not sure if you guys, I'm going to send you the link now in the chat. I hope I can do this. I hope Zoho can help me do this. Yes, thank goodness. There is a link in the chat now. Can you click on the chat? Can you please stop typing in the chat now? Because I don't want the link to disappear. All right? Please click on the link, go to the Padlet. You will find the plus icon. Okay, click on it and type something useful you want to share with the teachers today. Sure, you're going to come up with amazing ideas. one idea or one tool, okay, one insight, anything you want to share today with the other teachers. Amazing. I'm not sure if I can share the this Google tab. Let me try. Share screen. Yes, I can. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm sharing the Padlet with you now, guys. You can have a look at the ideas. Yes, I can see many ideas here. What you do with love, yeah, it's good to be, to have passion. May I use your PowerPoint presentation in a workshop with my colleagues? Why not? Let's just spread the knowledge, spread the word. Please send me a message and I will send it to you. You can use it. Plickers, yeah. I've always wanted to use Plickers, but I didn't have a chance. Using ChatGPT, BBC Learning English, make students love your class, be friendly with your students. Good. Amazing ideas. Amazing ideas. Okay, so allow me to share my presentation again. Back to our presentation. Okay. To share. This is the final activity today. And it's about professional development activities. When I was writing my dissertation, I read something for Jeremy Harmer. He was supposed to be with us in this event, but he apologized. Jeremy Harmer mentioned several ways in which teachers can seek to develop their skills. Can you guess any of the things that teachers can do in order to improve as teachers? Thank you very much, Ms. Marwa. Thank you. I can give you one of the tips. Reading a methodology book. Okay, this is one of the activities that you can do to improve as a teacher. Joining online webinars. Very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Reading in general. Reflecting after each session or after each practice. You don't have to reflect on the whole session. You can just reflect on part of the session. Watching demo lessons. Yes, you can find 6 demo lessons on my YouTube channel, Celt and Delta Secrets. Yeah, you can go and watch them. Listening to podcasts, joining PD courses, seeking, okay, comments are flying. Collaborating with teachers, joining community groups on social media, perfect. Attending workshops, observing experienced teachers, listen to native speakers. I don't have to agree with everything, I'm just reading, huh? Because because being a native speaker is not a qualification. No offense. Okay, remember, it's not a qualification. You can get an Italian guy who doesn't know how to make a pizza. Okay, yeah, all right, back to our PD activities. Follow amazing professional teaching communities on social media. Yes. Okay, so allow me to show you some of the ideas Jeremy Harmer mentioned and I used in my research. Being a reflective teacher. He was talking about being a reflective teacher in terms of what? Reflecting before, during, and after the session. So he was talking about preparation as a kind of reflection, observation, observing yourself and students during the class as a kind of reflection, and of course, after the session. To be a reflective teacher. Okay, this is reflective practice, RP. Keeping a teaching log or journal, okay, a notebook. Write down things that you like in a notebook. Observing peers teaching in your workplace. You can visit your colleagues, but you need to arrange with them. Don't visit them, surprisingly. Recording yourself, video recording yourself or audio recording yourself, and then listening or watching yourself teaching and observing what you did. Engaging with professional literature, and when we say ELT literature, we're talking about reference books, like how to teach English, the practice of English language teaching, how to teach writing, how to teach speaking, and so on. Attending webinars like this one. Carrying out action research in the classroom. You can research a point or something. If you have a student with dyslexia, for example, then you can research it. If you have students with special needs, you can read about it, can carry out a research. And I added some points here, which is joining teacher support groups or establishing a learning community. Actually, on WhatsApp, we have a WhatsApp channel, and we have how many groups for English language teachers? I think more than 10 groups full of English teachers. Whenever there is something precious, valuable, I send the link on all these groups. So you can send me a message to add you to one of the WhatsApp groups. Not all of them, of course, if you are not in any of them. And I also added to try different teaching contexts. I told you I started my career off in Egypt, and then I moved to China, and then back in Egypt, and then I came over to Saudi Arabia. I was teaching in a national school, and then I was doing some managerial positions, managerial roles, and I was teaching at a language center, and then I moved to teach in an international school, and then now I'm teaching in a university. So I was trying to teach in a variety of teaching contexts, okay? So if you're teaching in an international school, maybe you can think of teaching in, a university. If you're teaching in a university, you might think of teaching in an international school, unless you are satisfied with your job. Please don't change. If you're fully satisfied with your job, please don't change it, okay? Because it's crucial to do what you love. Okay, so if you're happy with your current teaching context, please don't change it. Okay, stick to it. But of course, you need to be, innovative. And the final thing is expanding your teaching skills by taking any TEFL courses. If you have no TEFL courses, think of one. If you have a budget, go for the CELTA. If you don't have a budget, you can go for a TEFL or a TESOL course, which is way cheaper. If you have a TEFL or a CELTA or a TESOL, you can think of Delta Module 1. If you don't want to do the Delta, you can go for a master's degree, okay? The most important thing is not to stop moving, okay? Is to be a lifelong learner, because learning is an ongoing process. And as they say, never stop learning because life, what? Who can complete this in the chat? Never stop learning because life never never what? Thank you very much, Ms. Naveen. Thank you. I'm really happy to hear that the session is good. Thank you very much. Because life never stops teaching. Okay? Finally, I'd like to end the session with some sources that I actually used in my research when I was doing my master's degree. You can, if you're interested in professional development, you can dive deeper, you can read. And if you don't want to read in different sources, then you should click this link. Okay, I'm not sure if you can click it now from the screen or I have to copy and paste it on the chat, in the chat box. Can you confirm? This is my MA dissertation, 15,000 words, more than 15,000 words. The main body of the assignment was 15,000 words, more than 60 reference books. All of it was about English teachers' attitudes towards professional development. Are you with or against, and why? And thank goodness I got a master's degree. I got a distinction, like pass with distinction, in this, for this degree from the University of Sunderland, one of the UK universities. Yeah, I think someone pasted the link. Thank you very much, Ms. Asma, in the chat. Please click on it, and if you're using, you can send it to yourself on WhatsApp, or you can just have it in your favorites or bookmarks. Okay, and I'll be very happy to discuss any of the ideas in this MA dissertation with you on WhatsApp or Facebook. Now, before we finish this amazing webinar, I'm really happy being here with you today. I want you to write down something useful you learned today in this webinar. Only one thing. Maybe you learned a few things or several things, but I just want you to focus on one thing, please, in the chat. Moving. Are you saying keep moving to me, or are you saying that you learn to keep moving? Phases of professional development. Meeting you. Thank you very much. Reflection. Motivation. Development phases. The reference slide. You want the reference slide again? Okay. Yes, you can take a screenshot now. Self-reflection. Not to stop improving. Guided practice makes perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we need the word guided because many people say practice makes perfect, but unfortunately, practice doesn't make perfect if you're practicing the wrong way. Organizing ideas and goals, consistency, STT versus TTT, lifelong learning. And I'm really sorry, guys, because Zuhu doesn't have breakout rooms, or it does have, but the number of attendees is huge, so we couldn't have breakout rooms to vary the pace of the session. I usually have breakout rooms when we have webinars on my Facebook page, but today we didn't have the chance to have any breakout rooms, so excuse me for this. And I hope the chat was really beneficial today. I was just trying to make the session more interactive rather than just being a lecture. Thank you very much, Ms. Farha. The best webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you. The session is recorded. Yes, Ms. Mona, I think the session is recorded, and EduLex team and Monglish team are going to, I think, email the recordings to you, or you can find them on their YouTube channels, Monglish and EduLex 360, I think. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Heidi. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. I'm really happy that I was here today. And if you have any questions, we have, I think, a couple of minutes. If you have, thank you very much. Thank you. If you have any quick questions about professional development, can you go to the tab which is next to the chat? If you're using a laptop, not sure if you're using a phone, Q&A, can you see it? Go to Q&A and type any questions you have. Oh, there are lots of questions in the Q&A. Dyslexic students, I think you can watch some videos on YouTube on this. It's a good idea to encourage more advanced students to have their writing checked by AI. That's a huge, topic. AI could be of some help, but you can give them a checklist and you can encourage self-assessment and peer editing, of course. How can we teach writing more effectively? You can either use the product approach or the process approach, and this is a huge thing. I'm going to give a session on teaching productive skills in one of the scholarships by Mehara Academy, I think next month. So you can attend it. It's going to be about teaching writing.
I'm sorry, Dr. Rashad, but these questions are from the other sessions, the previous ones. And if you scroll a little bit down, you will find lots of questions regarding this session.
Okay, thank you very much for letting me know this. I think this will keep the session. Okay, yeah. What challenges you see face teacher development? We mentioned many of them. Could be the age, it could be the budget, the money, could be the institution you're working for. It could be the schedule, busy or hectic schedule. We mentioned many, actually. I have TEFL, Arizona TESOL, NEC must be CELTA or Delta. The problem with the free TEFL courses is that they have no teaching practices. So if you can take a TEFL course with teaching practices, that's going to be more beneficial. What challenges do you see? Okay, some questions are repeated. Is there a big difference between TEFL for young learners and TEFL for adults? There should be. There should be, but teaching is teaching. We have many teachers in our TEFL courses and the CELTA courses who are teaching young learners. So teaching is teaching, but there should be some differences, of course. I remember one day I was a Delta qualified teacher, and I was still teaching elementary school students in one of the international schools here in Riyadh before moving to teaching in universities. Add me to the WhatsApp group. I can't add you to the WhatsApp group from here. You can just send me a message on Facebook Messenger or so. Getting the Delta, you should start with Delta Module 1 if you already have the TEFL or TESOL. You need to, if you're going to enter the IELTS test, I believe you can find some tips on Google or YouTube about the test day. Tips for test takers on the test day. Okay. After TEFL, do you recommend CELTA or TESOL? No. CELTA S or TESOL, or CELTA or TESOL. After the TEFL or TESOL, if you've done a good job with a good trainer or team of trainers, then you don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to go for the CELTA. But if you think you still have, a lot of, gaps in your knowledge or teaching practices, then you should go for the CELTA after TEFL or TESOL. Recommend a book to read about teaching methodologies. The Practice of English Language Teaching by Jeremy Harmon. Okay, I don't have any teaching resources for English for specific purposes now. I'm sorry. Kindergarten teacher, you can just do a TEFL young learners, TEFL for young learners thing. Is an MA in applied linguistics recognized in the ELT industry? Of course. They prefer MA in TESOL, MA in applied linguistics, MA in TEFL. if you're going to work as a teacher in a university in the Gulf. Okay, I think that's enough for today. You can guys reach out to me on WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger if you have more questions.
And take your teaching to new heights.